We're gonna make this short last video to you guys goodbye. So hope it's been a good semester for you guys. I know it's been very busy. You guys did a lot of reading in a very short period of time, and maybe some of you guys now hate me because you had to read this book. I know it's not an easy book to read, and I know the topic is very heavy. The vocabulary, the cultural references, etc., could be quite challenging, but it's also brilliant. Um, and I hope it's helpful to you guys. And this one too. This one's even closer to my heart in many ways. My wife being Korean, as you guys know. And by the way, go over to H Mart over in the Bay Area after the semester's over. Get some good Korean food, and there are cool places over in San Jose. They have several H Marts. Go check it out. And the Erica Lee's book and all the videos you guys did for the class and the podcast. I hope that was really good for you guys. And I want to make this short. I know you guys are probably tired. 8 weeks is very, very quick, and so good for you guys getting a little bit of rest now. Though I know you guys have the class and things to get to, but I just want to say briefly goodbye and hope you guys had a good semester. Well, a good, very, very fast semester in this class. So I love this topic, and I hope you guys found something very impactful for you guys. And whether you have a direct connection to the Asian American experience as Americans, it's part of our natural fabric now. And but whether you do or not, we certainly benefit from the presence of the Asian American community here in America in many ways. In many ways, food is one of the most obvious, but not just that. Art, science, and literature, and a fuller version of humanity, and on and on and on. Right? We're so fortunate to have our Asian American brothers and sisters with us in the beautiful fabric of America, as we are for all American communities of all backgrounds. So we live in a really wonderful place. America is going through a challenging time right now, as you guys know. We're always working on a more perfect union, and it's not a particularly easy time in America, as you guys know right now. But I don't think I'd want to live any other place, even though there's many wonderful places around the world. But we have a wonderful natural fabric here too. We just have to make sure we preserve it, and our better angels remind us over and over again of what is the best about America. And yeah, maybe I'll stop with a little speech there. I just want to show you one last artifact, um, something that boy, I guess I helped make this thing about 30 years ago now. I think maybe not quite that far. Well, close to that though. Yeah, close to that. Close to there. Maybe not quite. Maybe like 28 years ago. But when I was teaching ESL English in South Korea and Bible, because I was a missionary there, one of my students in my class, she was an older lady, and she was a very talented Korean artist. She's a ceramicist that makes ceramic vases and all kinds of ceramic pieces of art. Some very practical you can drink out of, like cups, which I have one here somewhere. I won't take time to get it right now. I'll just show it to you. But um, I paused the video so I can actually show it to you. So I mentioned she made all kinds of works of art in ceramics, and one of them was this cup right here. Now, this is not an expensive thing. She gave it to me when I was her student, so this is not, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. I don't know what this would cost today. Maybe more than that now, because this is quite a few years ago, and she's a major artist. And you can see right there on the ladle, oops, the button of the ladle, the handle, right there, that is her imprint of her artistic kind of like pen name, just like artists sometimes have pen names like Mark Twain. Mark Twain's not really his name. His name is really Samuel Clemens, as you guys know. But that's her artistic imprint there on her cup. But that's not what I want to show you, although I do like this cup, and I almost never drink out of it because I want to keep it in good shape. You guys get a good look at it. But that's made by hand. So, anyways, but what I want to show you more than that was in her studio, which I had a pleasure of visiting. In her studio, she had a bunch of unglazed ceramic pieces that are waiting to be painted or decorated, maybe in a more layman's term of art, but have the final step of decoration. Then they'll put a glaze on there, and then they'll fire them in a kiln. So she had a whole shelf full of the shape is already made. So the first stage is already complete, but it has not been decorated yet. And so she gave me a brush, and I do like to paint a little bit too, although I'm a hobbyist, not a major artist, obviously. But I do like to paint. In any case, she gave me a Korean brush and some ink, and this is the scene I painted. Unfortunately, when it glazed, what I painted faded quite a bit, so it's not quite what it looked like when I did. But that's, by the way, that's how ceramics works, right? If you guys remember ceramics, when you get done with it before firing, you never quite know what's going to turn out. You should always keep your fingers cross for when you actually fire this ceramic piece because you're never sure what's going to come out. Sometimes they come out amazing. Other times they come out of the kiln like, oh, that is not what I was hoping for. So what I painted on here did fade some, so I was a little disappointed when I first saw it, but still it's a wonderful memory. And so this is it right here. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. So this is a Korean gentleman there. He has a long, whoops, try to do this. Here we go. He has a long pipe. Korean gentleman back in that time period would smoke tobacco out of these very long pipes. I wouldn't recommend that in 2025. We know it's horrible for you. But he did back then, and he's wearing his court costume, and he's a scholar. That's why he has a very elaborate hat right there. Maybe you guys can't really see that, but that's designated him as a scholarly class. This guy in his baseball cap right here, right behind him, that's supposed to be a baseball cap, and the dude wearing a baseball cap, that's supposed to be me. In this case, learning from Korean culture and loving it, enjoying it. There's a Korean house under some trees. Oops, there we go. Kind of stylized house right there. Oops, there we go. Trying to figure out how my fingers work right here. There we go, right there. There's the house, and there's a roof, and the kind of opening into the house, and some trees above, and there's some mountains in the background. Again, a lot of what I painted faded out, did not come out in the kiln the way I wanted it to, but still a fantastic memory from one of my students, ironically, who's a very talented artist, and she allowed me to play around and make this little piece. I'm not sure it's really art, although it's art to me, and I really love it. As you can see, the shape of the vase has a small little opening up right there, and yeah, just a part of my life there in Korea. I had a fantastic time learning from Korean culture, as I still do, from my wife and from my in-laws there, my loved ones over in Korea, and Korean food, and goes on and on and on. So I hope that's been a little taste for you guys too. I promise to make this short. It's already longer than I planned, but I wish you guys all the best. Have a wonderful rest of your semester. Get some rest. I hope you guys enjoyed the book. Get out there, try some Korean barbecue and some sundubu and tteokbokki and doenjang and these wonderful soups that she talked about here in Crying H Mart. It's one thing to read about them, but man, you got to put that in here and taste that stuff. You guys like the spicy food? Perfect. Great places over in San Jose. Some great places. Go on Yelp, find some good ones. There's even a pretty good place in Tracy called Maru. I think Maru, Maru Korean food in Tracy, which is a little bit closer than San Jose, although not much, but a little bit closer. Also great. Any case, I want to wrap it up right here. I got grading to do. Your guys' essays, actually. I'm still working on that stuff. So I wish you guys all the best. Have a wonderful rest of your semester. If you're ever on the campus, sometimes swing by and say hi and tell me you were in my Asian American history class. I'd love to chit chat with you a little bit, and I can maybe give you some food location recommendations if you come by. So with that, all the best. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.